Hey there, and welcome. Have you ever looked at a chart or a graph and wondered why we bother? Why turn perfectly good numbers into pictures? It kind of seems like extra work, doesn't it? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dig into the simple but super powerful reasons why we do exactly that.
So, does this look at all familiar? Maybe from a spreadsheet, a report, something like that? It's just a wall of numbers. Yeah, it's accurate, but wow, is it overwhelming. Trying to find a real insight in here, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do we get from this chaos of digits to a real aha moment of understanding? Turns out there's a fantastic way to do just that.
The best way to think about it is like learning a new language. It's a way of translating data from the really complex language of numbers into the visual language of insight. And it's a language our brains are just naturally wired to get, almost instantly.
Okay, so there's an official name for this whole thing, visual data representation. But all it really means is using things like graphs and charts to give all those numbers a shape, a form. It's about turning these abstract figures into something tangible, something we can actually see.
And the process itself, it's surprisingly simple. It really just boils down to 3 steps. You start with that big, confusing pile of data. Then you apply a visual method, say a bar chart or a pie chart. And boom, just like that, you land on a clear, immediate insight. It's a journey from total complexity to total clarity.
So why even bother? Well, there are 2 huge benefits here. Let's start with the first one, making things interesting. Visualization can take a data analysis from being kind of dull to something way more dynamic.
And this comes straight from our source material. It's not just about making things clearer, it's about making them more engaging. Because let's face it, when we find something interesting, we're way more likely to actually pay attention and figure out what it's trying to tell us.
And this slide right here, it proves the point instantly. I could just read you a list of sales numbers, or I could show you this. Your eyes are immediately drawn to that tall bar, right? You don't have to read a single number to know which product is absolutely crushing it. The story just pops right off the screen.
Okay, but the second reason, this one might be the most important one of all. It's not just about grabbing your attention. It's about creating real, genuine understanding in a flash.
And this really gets to the heart of it. I mean, the whole point of sharing information is for other people to get it. If you present data that's hard to figure out, you've kind of failed, no matter how perfect your numbers are. Visuals are the key to making sure your message actually lands.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On the left, your brain has to read each number, hold it in your head, then compare them. It's work. But on the right, the insight is immediate. Bam! You get to main point in a fraction of a second. That is the true power of visual clarity. All right, so let's tie this all together. What's the big takeaway? We've seen the problem, that wall of numbers, and we've seen the solution. Let's just quickly recap why this whole thing matters so much.
Ultimately, we visualize data to cut through all that noise. We do it to make the whole process of analysis way more engaging. We do it to make really complex stuff simple to grasp. And most importantly, we do it to tell a clear story that pretty much anyone can understand at a single glance.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought for you. Whether it's at your job, in your hobbies, or even just looking at your own budget, you are surrounded by data. So the question is, if you looked at it just a little differently, what story is your data just waiting to tell?